Serving at a church that uses WorshipTools planning? If so, this video will walk you through how to create a login, update your profile information, submit unavailable dates, and accept services. Before we get started, I want to provide some insight into how the WorshipTools ecosystem works. Account refers to the church and all of its data. Think of the physical building that represents your church. Users refer to each individual person under that account. Think of the body of people that make up your church, specifically leaders and volunteers that make everything happen. There are a few different WorshipTools apps, but planning is specifically geared towards staff and volunteers. With features for service planning and team scheduling, it helps keep staff and volunteers prepared and organized as they serve. Let's go ahead and create a login together, but I'm going to go over two different scenarios. First, your church has an account and the admin has sent you an invitation to join the account as a registered user. Second, you created your login before you received an invitation and need to get linked to the account afterwards. So scenario number 1, you created a login using an invitation. Your admin will need your first and last name and email address to register you and send you the invite, but other than that, there isn't anything you need to do until you get that invitation email in your inbox. That email should look something like this, and when you click the join link, you'll be prompted to create a password to go with the email address that your admin has already registered as your WorshipTools login. So type in your desired password and accept the terms on the next page. Once that's all done, you're ready to start using planning with that email and password combo, and we always recommend that you go with scenario 1 because this is the simplest way for you to get set up with your login. Scenario number 2, you create a login without an invitation. If you need to create a login without an invitation, you can do that from scratch by going to the WorshipTools website and clicking Account. Now instead of signing in here, you'll click Sign Up and fill out your information. Be very mindful of typos, especially in your email and password fields. Once you submit that information, you'll be prompted to log in, so enter that email and password that you just registered. Now, since it's your first time signing in, you'll be prompted to enter a code which has been sent to the email address that you just registered. It's very important that you don't exit out of this page as you're going to check for the code, because you will need to come back and enter the code here. So you can either check your email on another device or open a new tab or browser. Next, you'll accept the terms of use and you're in, but you'll notice that you're not linked to any accounts yet. And that's because you created a login from scratch without any invitations or account affiliations. Assuming that you're not trying to create a brand new account for your church, but rather get connected to an existing account, you're not going to create a new account here. Instead, you'll let your admin know that you have a login, give them the email address that you registered, and once they add you to the team, you'll receive that same invitation email that we saw earlier. Again, you'll click Join the account and sign in with your existing email and password. So now that you're in, what happens next? Well, depending on your permission level, you'll have access to different things in planning. I'm demonstrating on the screen as a scheduled viewer, which is the lowest level of access, but you may see more options if you have a higher permission level. Regardless of permission level, everyone has a dashboard page where you'll find information about yourself, submit unavailable dates, connect your service schedule to third-party calendars, and see all your upcoming services. If you click this general area, it'll take you to your profile page where you can edit your name if needed, change your registered email, and submit unavailable dates. So if you know that you'll be away or busy in the future, you can add those dates right in the app, and that lets your leaders know to avoid scheduling you for services that occurred during those dates. Back on the dashboard, you may have noticed that I've already been scheduled for a service, and I have the option to accept or decline right from here. This is where you'll find the service order and set list, the list of other scheduled volunteers, and chord charts and other music materials if you serve on the worship team. And that's basically all there is to planning. Getting set up with a login is the most involved part of the process, but once you're in the app, everything should be pretty straightforward and simple. Before we end this video, I just want to go over a couple potential troubleshooting things. If you log in and feel that planning is empty, like you're not seeing services or something feels off, you're not connected to the rest of the team, that could be because A, you're a scheduled viewer and they haven't assigned you to any services yet, or B, you're looking at the wrong account. In the case of the latter, click on your profile and see what email address you're signed in with. Cross-check that with the email address that your admin has on file for you. If they're different, you'll need to sign out and sign back in with the email that they have registered for you. If you don't recall the password, you can reset it on the sign-in page. If the email address that you see and the email address that they have on file for you are the same, then it's likely that you're looking at the wrong account. You likely accidentally or purposely created your own account separate from the church. You can know for certain by clicking your name in the upper right corner or the gear icon in the bottom right corner of the mobile app. There, you'll see a change account option if you're linked to multiple accounts. Click that button and find the correct account. If you would like your duplicate account deleted to avoid these confusions from occurring in the future, email support@worshiptools.com and we'll help you get that cleaned up. Lastly, users are never tied to one specific account. Just as you might have to leave your current ministry and transition to a different one, your login can also be linked and unlinked from various WorshipTools accounts. If you serve at multiple ministries that use WorshipTools, say you serve at a church and a local campus ministry, you can be linked to multiple accounts at the same time, changing between them as needed through that Change Account button. Thanks for watching this video, and if you're a leader at the church, there is a separate video for you on our YouTube channel for how to manage other users and schedule them, so check that video out to learn more if needed.